Welcome back to another episode of Pixel Punks. I'm Miles.
I'm Scott.
And today we're playing something called the Purrfect Date.
Oh yeah.
We saw this on Steam and it
looks interesting, so we're gonna play it. So it's apparently a cat dating simulator. So we don't know much else about it. There were some weird tags on it on Steam. I think there was like dark humor. I think it was under like psychological games. So we'll see. There might be some dark undertones here.
I'm just looking at this and I'm hearing it and I'm like, oh my god.
It's sickeningly cheery.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's the whole thing. How many endings are there? Go to the endings found. There's multiple endings.
Oh, what?
13 endings. Look at that. Imperfect date.
Imperfect date. Wow. Okay.
Alright. 18 endings to find.
Okay, well, let's
This could be a long series for us. That's great. Let's do it. Play.
Okay.
Let's get into it.
Alright. New game.
Yeah. Ooh. Who you gonna be?
This guy looks dorky. Oh no, he doesn't look quite so dorky in that one. Man!
Alright.
That's about all I can do to this guy. This game supports an autosave feature. Please don't turn off your game while it is saving.
An angel and I accept, I'm a devil and I reject.
I'm a devil and I reject.
Oh.
Oh boy.
Cat devil. Well. What do we have here? It looks like a human. It smells like a human. And I'm sure it will taste like a human. And yet it calls itself a devil. How is that even possible? All the universe above and below the earth knows that I am the devil. The one and only. The original and everlasting. You sniveling, lying, trembling creature. Allow me to school you in the ways of hell. You call yourself this guy, and yet you and I both know that this is a lie. You are my minion, Pixel Punks Gaming. No. Okay.
Oh, nice.
Okay. You are in my domain now. There is only one voice to listen to, one authority to be obeyed, one will to serve. I am the master of everything. But, Pixel Punks Gaming, I am a sporting devil too. It would be easy to crush you into eternal damnation right here, right now. But where's the fun? Meow. So, this is what I'll do. You have a chance, a slim one, at redemption. Answer the following question correctly and you may escape my clutches for meow.
Do your worst, horn dog.
Yes, I'll do it. Up yours.
Up yours, horn dog. Was that all? Just
achievement unlocked.
Don't deal with the devil.
Was that an ending?
I don't know. It could have been. Maybe.
An ending.
Oh, chapter one.
All right.
Not sure how long we've been sailing, but it feels like forever. I'm not feeling too well now, so it's a huge relief to hear the deck lads shout. The deck lad.
Island approach. Make yourself ready.
I'm finally here. When I applied last month, I was just another broke student living off of baked beans, and I didn't really think I had a chance of being accepted to part of a prestigious Cat Island research team. Yet here it is. The little black dot in the distance, growing bigger by the second, is the infamous Cat Island, the place I will call home for the next few months. My heart momentarily skips a beat. What if there's been a mistake? What if they accepted someone else's application and accidentally sent the offer to me? I rummage about in my bag until I find the papers. DPRI, DP Corporation. Dear This Guy, we are pleased to be able to offer you the position of Research Assistant to Professor Popper at our research facility on Cat Island. The position will be for an initial period of 8 weeks. Your contract will be sent separately. We look forward to working with you. Yours sincerely, Professor Popper, PhD, BSc, Honors, DPG. Okay.
Alright.
No mistake. That's my name, right there on top of the left-hand corner, this guy, and there's his name at the bottom. The genius behind this whole operation. Professor Popper. Science genius and my new boss.
Science genius.
I look up from my papers to see dry land rapidly approaching before us. It seems to be surrounded by a huge barrier of impenetrable black root rocks. As we get closer, we're not slowing down, and I begin to worry that we're going to crash into them. Then, at the very last moment, we take a sharp turn to the left, and suddenly we're sailing smoothly towards the jetty through an opening in the rocks. I blow out the breath that I've been holding and break into a smile. Nicely done, Skip. What the... That face.
You.
I know. The ferryman comes out from behind the steering wheel, ignoring my attempts at camaraderie, and shouts rather brusquely.
Take all your belongings. We won't be back for days, so don't leave nothing you'll need.
Thank you. I smile weakly at the ferryman as the sun and pick up my bags, ready to disembark. We glide seamlessly up to the wooden jetty, and the sun leaps ashore to tie us off. He's greeted by a bulky man in a uniform who I take to be a security officer of some kind.
Joe? Sir, caught you a mouse.
Wow. And then he laughs loudly, as though he said the funniest thing he's ever heard. It's very disconcerting. The security guard remains surely and turns his attention to me.
Let's be having you then.
Okay, please no. He holds out his large hand, which I assume is an offer to help me off the boat, but as I reach out to take it, he snatches it away, throwing me off balance so that I almost fall over the side. What a great start.
ID card?
Oh, I see, of course. I reach into my back pocket and hand over the laminated card I was given on the mainland. $1,117. Okay.
Can you change that?
Nope.
Okay.
January 1st, 2017. He barely looks at it before striding off, grunting over his shoulder.
This way.
I follow him down a dirt track path and get my first proper view of the island. It's beautiful, lush, and green. I'm already under its spell. After no more than a couple of minutes trekking, we're in base camp, which consists of an assortment of tents and huts. Among them are two more solid-looking structures, one larger and one smaller. I presume that these are the labs. The whole camp is moderate but functional. It reminds me of an army outpost. I'm struck by the lack of people. In fact, there's no one around, apart from an older woman sitting outside peeling a pile of potatoes. I smile and give her a little nod, but she just stares back at me. Mrs. Marigold.
Ellipsis.
I try not to get paranoid.
Here.
He's stopped at the largest of the tents, indicating that I should go inside. I feel rude just walking in, so I make my presence known first. Ahem. Hello? A firm but friendly voice calls out.
Come!
That's Professor Popper.
Oh, I thought it would be a cat.
I thought so too. I walk in and there he is, hunched over some documents. The great Professor Popper. Sir, it's an honor to meet you.
Yes, you must be this guy. Come on in, my dear. Glad to have you on board. Good journey?
Well, long.
Yes, indeed. We're rather tucked away here. Let me offer you some refreshment. Water? Coffee? Something stronger, perhaps? Whiskey?
It would be rude to let you drink whiskey on your own. Well, if you're having one, it would be rude to let you drink whiskey on your own.
Jolly good. I can tell you and I are going to get along famously.
Of course. He takes a swig from the bottle and passes it to me. I try not to show my self-conscious and surreptitiously wipe the neck with the sleeve before taking a modest sip. It's whiskey! You don't need to do that.
It will take you a while to find your way around and discover how it all works. So, for today, I thought I would just get you kitted out and maybe introduce you to some of the locals. The cats, that is. I believe you've already met most of the human locals.
Oh, I've only met the ferryman and the security guard who brought me here.
Yeah, so that's about it.
Oh, wow. And the lady outside?
Ah, Mrs. Marigold. Her and her husband are the caretakers. Wonderful couple, the Marigolds. You'll meet them before too long. We're a tidy little family here. This guy, and I'm sure you'll fit in... We're a tidy little family here, this guy, and I'm sure you'll fit in nicely.
That name might not have been... Thank you, sir. I hope so.
Okay, so, first things first. This is your basic kit.
He begins going through a pile of things on his desk, explaining each of them in turn.
This is your backpack. You can put everything in it. We'll be going on plenty of field trips, so it'll be very useful. As will your water bottle. Some disinfectant hand spray. Ah, these are some heavy-duty reinforced gloves, which are essential when tagging cats out in the wild.
Tagging cats.
Don't want any scratches from felines we don't know, now do we?
That's weird. I suppose not. I shove each item into my new backpack as he gives them to me.
Likewise, these goggles are to be brought along on all field trips. This lot here?
He indicates to a small pile of what looks like laundry.
It's basic uniform. Lab coats, masks, stethoscope, etc. Portable first aid kit, camping knife with all tool attachments. Finally, and without doubt most importantly, this.
Is that a Catadex?
Cat communicator?
I feel like that's like a Pokédex for cats.
Yeah. He holds up something that... Oh.
Yeah, he holds up something that looks like a lot like a mobile phone, except that it clearly isn't one.
This is your catalog.
I approve of the pun. Catalog?
Yes, the name comes from its earliest version. It was initially designed to record and store data on the cats, scan them and log their details, but as you see, we've come a long way since then. Now you can use it to communicate with the rest of our team. I've added everyone's contact details for you. Listen to music, take photos, there's even a pen that comes with it to insert microchips into the back of the cat's necks so that we can keep track of them.
Okay,
Isn't that crazy?
This is creepy.
It's awesome! It's a very valuable piece of equipment, this guy, and I need you to protect it above all else. Do you understand? This is worth more than your life. Do you understand that?
He's looking me directly in the eye and clearly expects a response.
This guy, do you understand?
Yes, sir, of course. I will look after it.
Good! You'll get to know all the functions as you go along, but for now, I suggest we take a stroll and see if we can't find a few friends to introduce you to so that you can try it out.
He hands me the gadget. I feel a bit nervous taking charge of it, but also really keen to have it go. Keen, huh? Beach. We head down to the beach, the professor explaining things as we go.
The mixture of terrain on Cat Island is quite unique. Even in such a relatively small area, you'll find forests, mountains, jungle, beaches, woodland, all of these different geological and ecological zones in one place. It really is most remarkable.
It certainly is.
Even the lack of wildlife is, in itself, quite remarkable.
What do you mean, Professor?
Well, put simply, there is a type of force field that surrounds the island, disallowing anything to enter.
Okay. You mean literally anything?
Absolutely. No birds, fish, or creatures of any kind can penetrate it.
Forgive my lack of intelligence on the subject, but, we're here. The professor lets out a disconcerting loud laugh. Oh boy.
Oh, you fool! You absolute fool! I see what you mean, though. Well, there is, of course, one small break in the invisible wall, and that is where we built the jetty. But let's not get too bogged down in all this right now. You don't need to know about your only escape route. What you need to know is that basically the island is shaped like a peanut.
Wow.
Think about it like this.
He has picked up a nearby stick and draws a simple map in the sand.
This, our end of the island, is very well known to us now. We've been researching here for many years. This is what's known as the safe zone. The other end is not so familiar to us. We've encountered difficulties that have hindered our progress in the region. This is what's known as the fucked area.
What type of difficulties, Professor?
Well, we're not as sure as we'd like to be, but what I can tell you is that the environment has an adverse effect upon humans, inducing nausea at the very least.
And at the worst?
Fainting, migraines, possible nerve damage.
Gosh, that is serious.
Typical Wednesday. As I say, it's best to keep away, but let's not go into all that now, my dear. You've had a long day. For now, let's just say that we refer to the far end of the island as the danger zone. With good reason.
Ellipsis.
I must ask you not to put yourself at risk by venturing beyond this mountain range here.
He refers to the map once more, drawing a line just past the center of the X through the end section.
There are wild, aggressive cats out there. I wouldn't want you getting too close to them. Unlike our lovely fellows closer to home.
Okay.
He has led me to a...
He has led me to a spot where a few cats are lounging about.
What do you say we try out our catalog now, this guy?
He stoops down and picks up one of the animals, a disgruntled-looking cat who was sleeping under the shade of a palm tree. Wow. The cat lets out a displeased mewl, but it doesn't struggle. Its large body, billowing with long orange fur, just sort of hangs in the professor's arms in lazy resignation.
Would you like to have a go at scanning this delightful chap?
Oh boy. I find the on switch and somewhat timidly activate it. That was loud. The gadget immediately comes to artificial life, emanating a boop 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 sound with a red pulsating light. I select the app labeled CAT Scan. CAT Scan. And it loads instantly. There's no delay on this thing. The professor holds the cat towards me and with arms outstretched. I'm sure he said the scanning chip is implanted into the back of the neck somewhere, but it's difficult to find this one's neck amidst the thick cloud of fur. I blow to make the parting and press the catalog to his skin. It's a bit like scanning groceries in the supermarket where I used to work.
That should do it.
And he plops the marmalade Tom back into the shade. Sure enough, upon withdrawal, I find the cat has been successfully scanned. Floofy Boot. Name, Floofy Boot. Gender, male. Age, 10 years, 4 months. Breed, red tabby. Persian. Eye color, red. That's disconcerting.
Beautiful. He's a beautiful boy.
Amazing!
Boy. Clever, isn't it? A large part of your job here will be to tag and scan the cats, such as Mr. Floofy Boot here, but it looks like you'll have no problems at all in that area. Excellent work, this guy.
Thank you, sir. I can't wait to get started.
Well, why don't you get a bit more practice with the catalog and scan the rest of them while we're here? These five spend a lot of time together. They're like a little family, aren't you? Oh, yes you are.
Oh my god. Professor seems to be a genuine cat lover like me. I think we're going to get on great. I'm not a cat lover, I love dogs. Okay, here goes. No help this time. The professor steps back. The first cat I approach is very friendly, with beautiful calico markings. It comes towards me, already purring. Okay. Trixie! Name, Trixie. Gender, female. Age, 3 years, 8 months. Breed, calico, American shorthair. Eye color, green. Next is an elegant, sleek, hairless cat sitting gracefully in the sun. She doesn't pay me much attention and allows me to scan her with minimal fuss.
Meow.
Head, that cat.
Meow.
Snooty Booty.
Yeah.
Name, Snooty Booty. Gender, female. Age, 11 years, 1 month. Sphinx. Eye color, blue.
Meow.
Oh, that's... The fourth cat I approach is a noisy one. Mick Murphy. Male, 6 years, brown, crossbreed, green. And finally, the one I deliberately put off until last. He's been skulking around the edges of the activity, eyeing me suspiciously, as though he could pounce at any moment. I laugh at myself, already projecting personalities onto these animals. Oh man. Kibbles. Kibbles, male, 3 years, white British long hair, eye color green.
All done. I hope you enjoyed meeting some of the locals.
The professor lets out a little laugh.
I have a feeling you'll get to know them quite well in time. That's probably enough for your first day, don't you think? I think it's quite a lot to take in.
I am suddenly exhausted and grateful to be headed back to camp. Saving. It's quite late by the time I've unpacked and settled myself, but I want to write my journal entry before I sleep. I'm surprised at how chilly it is. I have pulled my sleeping bag right up to my chin, but I still feel goose pimples bloom over my arm. Shivering, I rub them to warm myself up. It makes me smile to think that this inherent reaction to the cold is what will be keeping my new feline friends warm tonight. My eyelids close, thinking of cats, and the island, and the professor. The world around me drifts away as I float up into a dream.
Oh. Okay.
I'm not sure how long I've been asleep, but I wake up with a violent jolt that leaves me sitting upright. It's too dark to see anything, but I heard a rustling and then a strange electronic noise, one that in my sleepy confusion I can't place right away. Boop, boop, boop! The catalog!
Well, this is probably end of day one.
Yeah.
We could probably end the first episode of... What is this called? A Purrfect Date.
The Purrfect...
Purrfect Date.
The Purrfect Date.
Oh, yeah. So... I guess we'll get to the dating part later.
Yeah.
But this is like a scientific expedition to a cat island.
Not what I was expecting right off the bat.
No, but this is cool. I'm actually interested to like figure out what's going on with this. So,
It's definitely interesting.
Yeah, it's funny. It is funny too.
So,
I like it. But yeah, if you like what you saw, hit the like button. If you didn't, hit the dislike button. Let us know down in the comments what you want to see from us. You know, just shout us out, whatever you want. I'm Scott.
And I'm Miles.
And we'll see you in the next episode of Pixel Punks.
Thanks for watching.
Have a good one. Bye-bye.